Who else shows up to work on Friday morning at 7 a.m. and has salmon and halibut waiting? This is fresh from Alaska.
From Alaska. So you
So
know that
it's only
Tony's...
one person.
Tony.
Tony.
Abbott's going to be here.
He's gonna. He
Tony
told me.
Treebeard Abbott,
Yeah.
outdoorsman extraordinaire.
Yeah, he's got the big outdoor expo coming up, and so he told me to get this on. So by the time he's here, he can tell us more about the fish, which I'm all about.
We'll be eating it by then, but sure,
Pretty
that's
much.
sweet.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
whatever.
I didn't want to bring that to it.
That part. Actually, Todd and I went on our honeymoon to Juneau, Alaska. We went salmon fishing and halibut fishing. Catching a halibut is like catching a barn door. There's not like a lot of drama. They're like,
He said
I'm twitching.
he's bringing some pictures of menacing. Was the word he used?
Menacing.
Menacing halibut. Look
I
how
don't think
pretty
halibut
this
have
is.
the personality
This
to
is
menace.
so cool.
Those are gorgeous.
And here's
I
the
don't-
halibut.
They're delicious, but I don't think they have the personality to menace anybody, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to put a little bit of the butter underneath. And I don't know if you, like I am in my house, because I know I am, I like to cheat with the butter. You do this with pancakes. Teach your kids the right way to do it. Okay. So listen,
Why do you do it that
we-
way
we-
instead of regular?
we
Don't you
have
want to
a,
do the butter on the actual salmon versus...
no, not the salmon.
Oh, I thought it would be the other way.
No.
Okay, do we want to go
That's
to the
why
morning?
you don't know where our kitchen is, hon.
I do too. It has the big cold box.
That's where it keeps the wine. It's the,
Yeah, pretty much. That's where it, yeah.
all right, Super Bowl coming up.
Should we go to the Morning Mountain Camp first? Brought to you by Brio Technologies.
Think
Your
so. Let's-
Experts in lighting, sound, and video.
But you know what?
You can go to brioaudiovisual.com.
You know, instead of doing that,
Okay.
because I'll be right back, okay? Hang on.
Here we go again. The fish does look delicious, though.
Okay. It's just as I thought. Well, now explain to you the morning cam. Okay, so you look over here, there's mountains, some sparkly lights doing the traffic thing. There's the pond right here, and then it's dark.
Thanks, honey.
We were using that camera over there.
That's great. Thank you so much.
So anyway, Super Bowl coming up Friday. Oh, this would be
You know,
great.
it really kind of crept up on us. I didn't even realize that until
Then the
today,
Olympics, right?
I was like, oh, look, that's nice. But it's funny. I mean, I can't believe how much money people actually bet on the Super Bowl.
Oh, can't
And
you?
like serious money. I mean, people are doing $1 million bets on the Eagles, and they're the underdogs, right? Like by big time.
Seahawks?
I
Or the
said,
Eagles?
I said the Eagles, honey.
They actually are looking at $4.7 billion to be wagered.
That seems like a lot.
Who would you bet on?
Well, obviously we're going to bet on the Patriots.
We
'cause
have
we
to.
know they're going to win.
It's the rule.
You're from New England. We don't
We
have a choice.
are.
We're obligated. But I
We
still
are.
do think the Patriots are going to win, though.
I hope it's a good game. I hope Philadelphia. I hope both teams show up. I don't want it to be boring.
I don't think anyone like really pulls a punch on the Super Bowl. Aren't they kind of in there for their all? I mean, it's like the biggest
Sometimes
game
it
in the world.
sometimes it just, and you've seen them. The games are like, oh, what else is on?
Blowout, yeah.
It's either a blowout or nothing happens.
Oh, it's funny. Justin Timberlake is making his return. This is the first time for the halftime at the Super Bowl since, and you may remember, they call it, I can't even use the word, but it's when he was there with Janet Jackson and she had a wardrobe malfunction.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing about that. Now, the FCC lost their mind after this happened on live television. Once
Television.
again, television.
Television,
right?
the thing with
So-
the picture, like this.
So instead, they turned around and they went after all of us in radio and said, "You're all obscene. You know, the old Janet thing. We're going to crack down." And they started doing retroactive fines for like years before what they considered obscene. And literally just saying the word "damn" was enough to get you fired. Now, I would like to point out that none of this happened on radio. It happened on TV. But
TV.
we're the ones who got nailed by the FCC, which
Yeah.
still to this day,
We don't understand.
yeah.
We have people lose their homes because of Janet Jackson's.
Yeah, thanks, Janet, and your
Yeah.
wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, nice job.
Whatever. Okay, it's funny though.
We-
Those bets are very.
The Eagles, by the way, are underdogs by 5.5 points.
What does that mean, even?
They're really gonna
Like
try.
super underdog,
No,
or like
not
a
too
medium
bad.
underdog?
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But
Really?
I was expecting the Patriots play like the Patriots do. But I just hope it's a good game. Seriously, you good for your team, good for our team.
Okay, all those points things are very nice, but I'm never going to do any of those. I'm going to do the prop bets. Actually, the bookies call these the sucker bets. They're for people like me who have no interest.
I love these. Okay, go
we
ahead.
have no interest in the actual outcome of the game.
Because
so
I know
something
some too.
Random.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, the first prop bet.
Yeah.
What color will Pink's hair be when she sings the national anthem?
Done. Okay.
5 to 4 is white blonde. Pink red is a 7 to 4 bet. 5 to 1 is blue purple, and then 5 to 1 is green.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect bet.
Will Pink be airborne at any point during her singing of the national anthem?
Because during her show, she would do the scarf thing.
Yeah, she
during
was great.
her concert show.
Great wire work.
All right, so that's another good bet.
Yes is 5 to 2. No is 1 to 4. The number of tweets by President Donald Trump on February 4th. They're saying
That's 100%. You just might as well move on.
No, they're just betting basically is it over or under 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What color would Bill Belichick's shirt be at kickoff?
That's always good.
4 to 5 is blue. Gray is 3 to 2. People are, I guess he's not a fan of red because that's like a 15 to 2 bet.
Well, and anyway, so these are there's ones about who wins the toss. There's one of who misses a field goal.
How many times will wardrobe malfunction be mentioned during the TV broadcast? Will Justin Timberlake cover a Prince song during halftime? Will former Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb's vomiting incident from the Super Bowl be mentioned during the TV broadcast?
Oh my gosh.
See, those are the bets I'm actually interested in. I might even create a bingo game out
There's
of
a
this.
Bon Jovi bet too.
Really?
Right, he was at during the season. He was up in the box, and they started playing this song. Oh, don't do this to me. We're almost there. Living on a Prayer, right?
Oh, yeah, Living
and so
on a Prayer.
And all of a sudden the camera goes up, and they see Bon Jovi.
And he's rocking out to his own song.
And he's doing this to the crowd.
Oh, funny.
They put it up on the screen. The crowd goes absolutely berserk, and they're all singing it, and he's conducting an entire stadium
Oh, that's so funny. Well,
with his song.
Well, Chris Evans, who's Captain America, and Jeremy Renner, they're in the Avengers.
Right.
They're both huge Patriots fans, so
Right.
they already have a box. And they showed their own video of them last year winning, and they were dancing like girls, and they even said it we're the most pathetic. But they were beside themselves with joy, so it'll be fun to see.
That's
the
so
video this year.
funny.
But it's that one thing where
I think we
it
should
doesn't
do that.
matter how big you are, you're like, it's the Super Bowl.
Which beer will have the first commercial? Which soda will have the first, Coke or Pepsi?
See?
Like that.
Now, these are the true meaningful bets of a Super Bowl
Right.
versus this pesky, whoever wins, I don't know.
I always
and
feel
then by how many points, and then I got tired and I went away.
I always feel sorry for Fanta on the Super Bowl.
I can't afford a commercial.
Can't afford a commercial. Doesn't it just make you a little sad?
They just were over there going, we're going to have something on cable tonight.
Yeah.
Like the midnight to 2 hour if you want to come by and watch it.
This fish is smelling really good.
Isn't that gorgeous?
You know how fresh it is because it doesn't smell like fish.
I'm so jealous.
Well, he'll be here soon.
I know, but I have a cold. I can't even smell it.
What are we doing for Super Bowl? You guys having a big party? I hope. Going crazy and ignoring the TV or something. I didn't decide. I've ended up for very many years sitting alone.
Okay, you do this to me every year because your birthday is on the 30th, and then the following Sunday is always the Super Bowl. And I say, would you like to have a birthday / Super Bowl party? And every year you go, and we have this conversation. This is Friday. This very morning, and you said, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, we're like 48 hours out, honey. You're going to have to come to a decision at some point.
So I watch football, like when I watch the Utes play. We live close enough to the stadium. If I open the windows and doors, I can hear the crowd. We can hear them play music. We hear them cheer when I'm watching on TV. They score, and it's like being with other people, except really sad. It's just, it's like, yeah, that's right, you stadium full of people are way over there. That's right, yeah. I'm just sad, aren't I? We both have colds and we're sad.
You know, I'm even feeling sorry for you now, and I'm just as pathetic as you are.
So anyway.
But on the bright side, I am wearing a sweater that's got hearts on the sleeves.
Where'd you get that?
I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve.
Oh, I get it. Let's get some
It was stupid, but it's all I had.
let's get some information, should we?
Let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Always Black Friday, where it is 30 to 75% off every day. They're on 12th Street in Ogden. Also by Denali Performance Clinic. This is the place you go to get rid of those chronic migraines and all of that joint and back injury. They can do it without opioids. And by All Utah Plumbing, Heating and Air. Have you checked out your furnace? Do you know that your heating system's working right? It can cost you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. It's allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Good morning, everyone. Here's what's making news on Friday, February 2nd on GephardtDaily.com. A 20-year-old man is facing a DUI charge after crashing his car into a building in a Salt Lake City residential neighborhood in the early hours of Thursday morning. Officials received a call at approximately 2:30 a.m. saying a car had crashed into a building near 900 East, 1300 South. The car was heading southbound on 900 East, then attempted to turn eastbound, lost control, went into a skid sideways, and hit the White Elephant Exchange and Boutique. The driver and the passenger, both 20, stayed at the scene and were cooperative with police. The driver is being processed for a DUI charge, and the passenger is being cited for minor in possession of alcohol. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints announced Thursday it's adjusting the number of its 421 missions to better fit the needs of each region around the world. The church said it will realign boundaries for 19 missions and create 5 new ones, which will leave the church with 407 missions total. Missions that will open in July 2018 include Brazil, Rio de Janeiro South. And the owners of Sapa Investment Group are set to create Salt Lake City's first food alley. It was announced Thursday by the mayor's office. Scheduled to open in early 2019, Food Alley will encompass 4,800 square feet, located at State Street and 800 South. The $10 million investment is expected to bring 700 jobs. Plans are in place for 17 restaurants on the ground level, with space to house businesses from refugee entrepreneurs. 21 artist lofts will be on the second level. Already committed to Food Alley are anchor restaurants that include an Italian, sushi bar, ramen shop, beer bar, and others. And time now for your Wasatch Front forecast, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists. It's set to be a beautiful weekend and beginning of next week, with temps between 53 and 55 each day. And I apologize if you're hoping for snow. There really isn't going to be any in the next week. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephardtDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, we're back. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream, and the fish is cooking beautifully on the grill.
All right, I want to tell you about All Utah Plumbing, All Utah Plumbing, Heating and Air. They've got this deal going on right now. If you want, you can get a furnace and the AC unit combined as a package. Save yourself $2,000. They're going to throw in an air scrubber on top of that. $3,200 you get savings, and you know what? That basically pays for the furnace. You want more information, go to allutahplumbing.com. All right, so
Tell me something good, and if you don't think this is wonderful, I will fight you. I'm serious. You
okay.
have no soul.
Don't fight me.
All
Go
right, it's
ahead.
brought to you by Always Black Friday, where it is always 30 to 75% off every day, 12th Street in Ogden. This is like the saddest thing I've ever seen. Now, there was, we belong to a lot of the community, like buy and sell, like yard sale.
Right.
And you like the photographers' yard sale pages, and
Yeah.
we have one for Burning Man.
And the
We have all those on
Facebook,
Facebook,
but what's
yeah.
really funny is like a North Ogden, Mid Ogden. These are all separate pages. South Ogden. So they're all along the Wasatch Front. You can really get really specific, and then baby yard sales and all that stuff. If you haven't discovered that yet, you will now become unemployed because you'll spend all your time doing that.
Well, there was a man, he belonged to the Gold Coast Buy, Sell, and Swap Facebook page.
Okay.
And he basically said this. He listed all of his valuables: his money, TV, PlayStation,
What?
games, DVDs, 2 laptops. And then he says, "I will pay someone with everything I own
Right.
for this favor. Is anyone interested?" And so after listing all of his things, he says, all of that if one person grants my request. And so,
Which
of course,
is what?
obviously the first couple of people under the post said, "Well, what is your request?" And
Right.
he says, "Kill me."
Oh, geez.
He said, I don't want to live anymore. And he says, I'm not brave enough to do it on my own. I want it to be over. And so people immediately started jumping on and talking to him about there's things to live for, and saying, here's my information, message me right now.
Right, right.
I'm happy to talk to you. Another person started
This is so sad.
listing support lines, literally hundreds. But this is the thing that was amazing. there were 5 or 6 different like tech heads who were like, okay, they're keeping him busy talking to him.
Right.
They triangulated his position. They went through all the information, triangulated it. They figured out his location, and 2 of them drove 31 miles south to go to his door. And they said, we're not trying to scare you, but
Right.
we care about you, and we heard and we
Right.
reading this, and we we want you to stop. We want to be here for you. So they were able
To his
get on-
face.
Yeah.
They got to his door.
They got to his door. Now, the thing that's so heartbreaking about this is that I guess his parents had just barely died and he had no one left.
Oh.
And this is why he felt, and he was still living in their house and with all
Right.
their possessions. And,
Right.
and so he voluntarily went with the emergency group, and so he's getting care. But the page stayed on, and what they did is they actually changed the title of the page and they called it Reasons to Live. And so when people go on, it's like, list your reasons to live, list the reasons why other people should live, and it keeps listing through all of the suicide hotlines and all the mental health and all the different options. But this page, since they've started this, from changing from buy, sell, swap to Reasons to Live, has gone to over 15 million followers.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever? I know, but it's true. And everyone's stories are so beautiful and
Yeah.
so personal, but you read through them and you realize, it's such a reinforcement of why this matters. And the fact that hundreds of people flooded the page
Yeah.
trying to keep him from doing this act, I think is the most beautiful part of this.
That's just crazy.
So that is something wonderful.
All right, thanks
it
for
made you
making me
cry.
cry.
Sorry.
I really appreciate you.
How about Tears
Christopher's-
of Envy?
Tears of Envy, because Christopher's, we do a giveaway every Friday, Friday, to people like you, for watching our show. And we've had you, drop a comment during the week when you've seen us. And so we asked you to do that.
You
and
can do it on the Gephardt Daily Facebook
Yeah,
page,
everywhere.
Gephardt Approved, or on the Todd and Erin page. If you're here with the community here, welcome, we love you. And today's winner is Heather Steele.
Heather Steele.
Congratulations, Heather Steele. We are
Nice
so happy
job.
for you. I will be contacting you to see when you would like to go to Christopher's for your fabulous evening out.
All right, so evidently Tony doesn't trust us because he sent us this great food. He says there's a story behind it, the fish, the salmon, and the
What
halibut.
about the lemon and the dill?
The
Sugar
lemon and the
milk
dill
lysine?
here, well, he says he's going to come and check on us, so we're going to talk to him next.
All right.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com any time of the day or night?
At Always Black Friday, we love a good deal. We buy new and used products at a discount so we can pass on the savings to you. And we're Gephardt approved. From electronics to clothing to appliances. If you want it, we have it at discount prices. Visit our eBay store or come to our warehouse at 865 West 12th Street in Ogden. Always Black Friday, where you can find Black Friday deals all year round.
Oh my goodness! He just attacked that! Oh dude! That is freaking awesome!
There's about a 5.5, 6 foot octopus. Come back well, 10 yards.
Tony Abbott has his own show open now.
Oh, man.
I've made it! I
You
have
have
my
made
own
it.
show open.
You've got a show
Yay.
open now, bud.
Tell me about the killer whales, the ones that were following the boat.
Oh
and You're
my
screeching like a
goodness.
barn owl. What was
that
that?
unbelievable? So we're fishing. That was probably about 2011.
Yeah.
And I'm in Alaska and we're cruising the boat and we're going from one fishing spot to the next.
Right.
And all of a sudden, hey, there's a pot of killer whales. Let's go over there and look at them.
Because they're killer whales.
Yeah, and as
They
we get
can
closer,
swamp my boat.
as
So.
we get closer, all of a sudden one of the guys is like, "Hey, that's a sea lion. They got a sea lion." Right as we pass them, all 5 of these whales, 4 adults and 1 baby,
Lunch?
just
Oh, yeah,
snack.
okay. They had
just
snack.
mauled this sea lion right off the boat. I'm going by with my iPhone, literally filming it. You can see it right there. The whales turn right on the boat because they're like, "Whoa, we don't want you anywhere near
Something
our
else to
baby."
eat.
Oh, man.
Get
look
the
at
tall
that.
guy.
So there's a guy that lives out there that's lived there his whole life on the island.
That's
to fish off of.
incredible. Gosh.
I showed Mike that and he goes, "I have never in my life seen that happen."
Wow.
And it's right. Is that amazing?
No, but you're right. They're totally challenging you. Like, move on, pal. This is
yeah,
ours.
you don't want none of us.
Now I want to go
That's
back.
so
I want to go
cool.
back to the picture with the small, tiny, small person in it with the big fish and the big dude here. Can we see that, the halibut shot?
Well, let's put this into perspective.
Please
for
do.
you.
Wow.
So I'm over 6.5 feet tall.
Yes, you are.
Okay. She wrestled that in the boat for over an hour
You go, girl.
to get that in.
How big is that?
311 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
It was about 80. The
Wow.
tail's curved a little bit, but it was, I'm 78, 79 inches. That was like 81 inches.
Now we should say that this is one of the major
Yeah, she's a rock star.
sponsors for the Great Outdoor Expo.
Oh yeah, the big
And
outdoors is.
who are these people again?
Well, so Pybus Point Lodge.
Pybus.
The owners actually live in Alpine. Scott
Really?
and Jody Jorgensen,
Oh,
great
wow.
friends of mine. They've had the lodge since about 2009. I've guided there every year pretty much since 2011. That's a typical day
so
right there.
Fun. Oh my gosh.
Run out, catch some salmon, catch some halibut, some rockfish. Those are 3 good high school buddies I brought up last year. We went and got it done. And it's on Admiralty Island, which is south of Juneau.
And you know what?
Okay,
You go
yeah,
to-
so you were
go
right
to-
by where we were.
You go to these
Yes.
places and they take care of you. They're
Oh.
nice. They help you along. If you they feed you incredibly.
Oh.
Our boat captain
Right.
was trying to actually bait Todd's hook, and he's like, "No, I
was
really
like-
wanted to do
I was
it.
like,
I
what-
really want to do
I was
that
like,
part."
what are you doing?
I'm
I was
like,
going to
you-
set the hook. No, you're not.
I'm like, "You can reel
Oh,
it for me," but
Here, fish on! Here, Mr. Collard. Here's your rod with a fish on it. We have some more video here. Let's.
should we flip the
let's
that
look at
salmon?
that.
All right, this is a lingcod. Okay?
Lingcod.
And they're-
And
Those are scary
yeah,
looking.
wait till you see them when they open their mouth at
See
you.
their face.
Yeah,
Don't they have those
look
weird
at
jaws that like, oh,
There's many scars on these hands
Oh, I
from
bet.
those fish.
Oh, I bet.
They have a slot limit on it, so you can only keep two lingcod a season in
Right.
this area. One between 30 and 35 inches,
Right.
and then one over
Over.
55.
Yeah.
the fangs are like dripping blood or
Oh,
something.
fangs is exactly what it is.
They are delicious.
Cool animals, you
Are
guys.
they really?
Oh, yeah.
Fish, yeah. That's a silver salmon. Look at that.
Oh,
Caught
that's
that, I
gorgeous.
think, on my fly rod. And,
Did you really?
Yeah, I think that one went about 12, 13 pounds.
Oh my
No
gosh.
way.
And just an amazing animal. That, in fact, you see the fish in front of us.
Oh, where is the octopus?
Okay, we're jigging for halibut.
Right.
Okay, this is the ocean. Look how calm the water is.
Right.
We're jigging for halibut, and all of a
He's so
sudden,
beautiful.
the guy on the boat, which this was my cousin's on this one, Mark Stout, he's like, "Man, I'm stuck on the." I'm like, "Oh, bring it up." When he starts reeling it up, I'm like,
He's pulling.
I said, "You have one of two
Oh,
things."
no.
I said, "You either have a rock with a sea anemone on it, so
Right.
it's stuck to it,
Right.
or you have a treasure chest."
Right.
He's like, "What?" I go, "It's one or the other." He starts rolling this thing up. It comes to the top, and all of a sudden, here's this 5.5-foot octopus.
Like I was having lunch and you people disturbed me.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
awesome.
how exciting is that?
I can't
mean,
imagine being able to see that.
You know, the thing about Alaska, you guys have been there, so
Yes.
you know
So
it is
beautiful.
as wild as it gets. Okay, and the nice thing about ocean fishing is you get there, you're jigging, you're fly fishing, you're trolling, you never know what's coming up.
Yeah, that's true.
I've
Now,
had
is this
salmon
true?
on,
Right.
and a salmon shark come up and bite the back half. Look at this. See that? King crab.
Oh man, we
That's
miss
my
king
good buddy
crabs.
Brett Worston right there. He's
And
from
that was
Logan.
Yeah, he
that
was
was by accident.
Freaking giddy. Look at him. He's like, this is great.
Oh, he was like, I can't believe that.
Oh, man.
The ocean is amazing, and most people don't ever get to experience it.
Right.
You know what? My brother right now is on a cruise. It's the first time he's even left the country.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I'm like, what?
Right.
And even though Alaska's not out of the country,
Right.
it might as well be.
Right.
Oh yeah, tell me every time you go there, you don't try to think of a way to make a living so you can stay there. Because we spent our entire honeymoon going, we'll open a bed and breakfast.
Everywhere
It'll
we
be-
go, it's
We
we're
moved
gonna-
the show to Alaska.
We could do that.
I mean, that's
Right?
just, let's look at that. We can move the show to
Sarah
Alaska.
Palin does her show from there.
Hey.
Things could all work out. She could give us some tips.
So I know that. Oh, first of all, go ahead and
Oh,
season.
look at what we have
Go ahead and do
here.
your
We've got
seasoning.
it all.
Yeah,
so
that looks- that needs
you
to
got
be
the butter
flipped.
done. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll take a little season, a little Lowry on the salmon.
Right.
We'll start that off just slightly, get just a touch, and then we're going to sear that just a little bit. Okay. We're going to do the
Got it.
halibut as well, because you want to cook the salmon, especially on the side you're doing it. You want the
Right.
skin down for the most part,
Right.
but you do like to have it just a touch.
Yeah, turn it up a
to where-
little.
Oh, look how tender that
I
is.
know,
just,
that's
I
nice.
just destroyed
Here,
that.
spatula.
I
No,
think-
no. I'll get it.
Ready?
And that is, look how beautiful. So this is coho, or known as silver salmon.
So red.
Oh man,
This
you're
was
killing
caught
me.
by me. It could have been that one that you just had on there. And it is phenomenal. This is the stuff, if you go to the store and buy this, you're going to pay over $20
Oh, yeah.
a pound.
You know, when you do go fishing in Alaska, though, it does become the most expensive halibut in the world because you're flying there, you're staying in a hotel, the whole works.
Yeah, but still a savings.
And-
You know
No,
what's
it's great,
interesting
it's
though?
great.
So a fishing trip to Alaska with these guys run anywhere from about $3,600 to about $4,200.
Right.
That's a 5-day trip.
Right.
That includes your float plane ride from Juneau to the lodge and back.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Guide, lodging, food, all the tackle gear, everything you want to use.
do
Okay.
that, yeah.
That's
You'll
a really
come
good
back
deal.
with 150 pounds of fillets.
Right.
You may spend $4,000 on the trip.
Oh, yeah, I'm
You're
just
coming home
kidding,
with
yeah.
$2,000 in
Oh, yeah,
fish.
oh, yeah,
No, but you're
yeah.
100% right, Todd. It is the most expensive fish, but guess what? It's well worth it.
When
No,
when you get to the airport and the boxes that they pack it in, they slide down, and everyone in the airport goes, "Oh,
I know, exactly.
we know what that is."
We know how that
All right,
rolls.
so let me ask you something. A lot of people say want to get more in the outdoors. They're looking at Alaska and they're going, "Wow, it's way beyond my ability at this point."
There's still a lot
But-
of starter people.
And there are some great things that go on, like special festivals and stuff. Like Flaming Gorge has the Burbot Festival.
Absolutely.
That already happened. Cisco netting at Bear Lake.
Bear Lake, yeah.
And so they have a whole festival where you can go. It's a party, and they do all these activities. Usually, there's some sports people there
Yep.
doing a sponsorship for it. But it's a great way to kind of jump in and see what's going on. Check out your state, get your kids involved.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
fishing's so affordable. I mean, kids are free under 12,
Right.
so it's like take your kids out. They can catch half a bag limit. So you guys go out with your kids. Let's say your bag limit for trout is 6.
Right.
They can also catch 3.
Right.
So you can get a whole bunch of fish. You can buy your fishing license. God, they're probably $25 right now for
Yeah,
the season, maybe
yeah.
$30.
30.
There is places to fish all around the state. Warm water,
Right.
cold water,
Yeah,
rivers,
exactly, yeah.
streams, lakes.
And one thing that like no one knows is they have urban fishing. And do you know that there are urban ponds?
That's so
There's like
Isn't that-
not 70 of them or something from north to south, and they're right in neighborhoods. There's one down here at 90th South and going west onto the river, over the river. They're everywhere, and so I mean, there's no excuse. You can go down 20 feet from the car if the kids get cold, and they're stocked with trout.
Well, and that's the nice thing. The
You know,
urban
I'm not
fisheries-
paying any attention anymore.
She's not. But I can't even see you anymore.
know.
Erin's like out of my way.
Yeah, keep going. I'm just watching the
No,
fish.
these urban fisheries, you hit it right, Todd. They're stocked by the state
Isn't it
for
great?
people to go have a great
Right.
opportunity. And that could be next door.
Right.
That can be down the street. That can be
Right.
around the corner. And then if you want, I mean, there's the Boulder Mountains and there's the Henrys.
Yeah.
You can go as
Work your
remote
way
as you-
out.
Fishing is very inexpensive.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Kids love it. There's something about throwing a bobber out there with a
Right.
worm and seeing it bob.
Oh, there's drama. It's true.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Yeah.
Erin, when we go ice fishing, and you'd see the tip of the rod just do this, and it was like, and she got to the point so she'd shove me out of the way. She goes, "I got it."
I got this.
Oh no, you're like a golden retriever. You go and point. You're like, it's so sad.
So we should talk. We should talk about the expo coming
yeah.
up.
Yes. Big Outdoors Expo. I'm shameless, aren't I?
You are.
You know what? It's a
I mean,
nice
look at this.
logo, though. I would wear it too.
Thank you. Maybe I'll get you a
I
shirt.
think you should. That's
I
very
might be
attractive.
and what about for the big fella?
I think you should. Yeah.
All right, done.
All right.
So how are we doing so far? I mean, you probably have maybe a couple spots left for
Yeah, we
vendors?
still have some spots left. Right
Okay.
now, we're hitting the tourism department's really big. So yesterday, I contacted either by phone or email or both every tourism department in all 29 counties in Utah.
Yeah,
have a lot to offer.
And I said, hey, come on to the show. Come to the show. Bring what you have to offer from your county.
Right.
On me.
Right.
I'm paying for their boost because I want people to be able to come to Orem.
Right.
I want you to walk through it. I want you to say, oh, what's going on in Bryce Canyon?
Right.
Oh, what's going on in Canal?
Right.
Oh, what's going on in Rich?
And the
What's
smaller
going on in Vernal?
places
That's
that you
right.
go, I've never been there.
Never been there. You don't even know of some of these places.
Right.
And these tourism departments, Todd, they got it all. They got it figured out.
Yeah.
So it's quite an offer to me. And yeah, it's a little bit of an expense, but it's well worth it because you, as my consumers,
Yes.
can walk through it and say, what can I do with my family?
True.
What's higher end? What's middle? What's free?
When did you turn into the outdoor guy? Have you always been like this since like a little kid, or was there like some turning point where you went?
You're gonna make
bing?
me cry. Can I tell you this? My
Yes.
earliest memory. This
Right.
is no lie.
Right.
I'm 4 years old. I'm in San Jose.
Right.
My dad takes me to a park called Hellier Park.
Right.
He gives me a stick with some fishing line on the end of it.
Right.
Ties a raw piece of chicken to it. I
It
throw it in
sounds like
Hellier
you and your
Pond.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I throw it in Hellier Pond.
Right.
5 minutes later, I pull out, and there's got to be a half dozen crawdads on it.
Right.
And
You're done.
I was literally hooked. That is my earliest memory.
That's so funny.
And you know, it's funny because my dad doesn't hunt a bunch anymore. Doesn't fish. My dad's never shot a deer.
Right.
You know, I mean, I've done more than 100 men when it comes to
Right.
that kind of stuff. But that's my earliest memory.
Oh, yeah.
4 years old, and it was
That's one of
phenomenal.
Todd's first memories with his grandfather as well. That's
Same
so funny.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, identical.
Young age.
Yeah.
And it just, it has staying power.
Oh, it
You guys
does.
said it a few weeks ago.
Right.
It's the experiences
It
that
is.
we have. Because, you know what? We're to the stage in life we can go buy the things we want.
Right.
But those things break.
Yeah.
And those things go away and you get tired of those. My experiences, I mean, there's something I just haven't thought about in who knows how long.
I know, right?
And Erin just tees it up for
And
me,
it's
Todd, and
powerful,
says,
yeah.
what is it? It's taking out that. Can I say this to you guys listening? Not only are these awesome people, but this promotes exactly what we should do. Video games, computers, they all have their place. iPhones, but nothing replaces time in the outdoors with your kids. You come to the Big Outdoors Expo, I promise you this. If you don't find something that you like, you find me and I'll give you your $10 back.
Wow.
Look at you. That's mighty
Absolutely.
good.
Wow.
But you will. I mean, this is the best
Oh, you're
part
gonna,
about it.
yeah.
And you're right. I would so much rather spend money on experiences for my kids than possessions. Hands down. And I learned that from my dad. He was never afraid to pay for lessons or travel or opportunity for us. He just hated buying like clothes and
And
bikes
food.
and stuff like that. But it's true. I mean,
Yeah,
what,
it really
what
is.
do you keep longer?
All right.
Yeah, and you know what? You see this?
Yeah, this works.
This right here is going to be unreal. That halibut's on the cusp of being done. That salmon's on the cusp of being done. You
That
are going to
little guy
love
might be
it. All we'll
finished.
need to do, we'll probably finish it off after I'm gone. We'll want to cut that lemon just
Yeah.
a little bit. We
Little-
want to get a little bit of lemon juice on that salmon
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to go from there because I'll tell you what, that is as fresh as it gets. Hey, you guys, shameless plug if you don't mind. I've got a couple spots left for fishing this year. If
Okay.
someone really wants to go fish
Okay.
Alaska, they
Really?
can track me down through thebigoutdoors.com
Okay.
as well.
Very cool.
You know, it's not cheap.
I'll call you later.
I might have a special deal for you, young fella.
I can cook.
Wait, do we allow?
You're gonna be the one chained in the basement. I'm going with Tony. Are you forgetting how
again?
much I?
No, listen. There's way better people to go with than me. I'll tell you what. Hey,
right.
you guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Have a
Tony.
great weekend.
You too.
Super Bowl weekend.
I know.
Who do you got? Can I ask?
Patriots.
Patriots.
From
He's-
New
Is that-
England.
He's New
Okay.
England.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
is
go.
that a little homer pick or?
No, I know they cheat, and I'm okay with it.
It's for New Englanders. We don't have a choice.
I'm just sorry. You
Well,
know,
I have no favorite teams.
All right.
I simply don't.
You want a good game.
But yeah, and here's the thing. Every single Patriots game has been settled by 6 games or less in the Super Bowl.
6
I mean,
points.
6 points.
Right.
Last year
Oh,
was the
really?
biggest win in a Super Bowl. All the
Yeah.
other wins were by 4 or 3 points.
Yeah.
Really?
Because
I
they've
didn't
lost
know that.
twice.
Which is good.
But I mean, what are they? 5-2 in the Super Bowl.
yeah.
They are the best team. I have a
This is
feeling this
interesting.
one's going to get out of line. I
Because
think the
the
Pats.
Eagles are scrappy.
They are, but
They're
I.
scrappy.
This is what I vision. Okay, and we can talk about this next week. I really.
Hang on, we're
believe-
going sports.
Well, I don't have a favorite team, and so I think I'm pretty unbiased in it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
I see the Pats being up by 15, 16 points.
Right.
And then the Eagles score a late touchdown and making it 9
Right.
points, 8 points. I don't think it's a close
But
game.
you know what? Patriots are known for it. They have the best halftime adjustments
Period.
in the league.
Yeah.
And welcome to Todd's Sports Corner.
Can I
with
tell you
Ted.
this, Todd?
Yeah.
What's the old saying? If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And it's only cheating if you got caught.
And they did. Johnny, all right, man.
You
All
guys,
right.
seriously, you guys are the best.
love
Thank
you.
you.
You're the best.
You guys are
Thank
awesome.
you
Hey,
so much.
enjoy it.
We will, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
So Jeff, you do mortgages, right?
I do.
How do you do?
Well, you go to our website, 4minutemortgage.com, fill out the application. We'll call you within 1 business day. The whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
We went to the bank
They got really personal.
and went through all of our personal records and all of our finances.
And then there was that little deal about the $8,000 closing costs.
Took like 4 months.
That's funny. That's funny.
Good morning. We're back. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GephartDaily.com. The fish has been finished. Tony has prepared it for us. I'm like, it's the fishy Santa Claus
Just keep talking.
that he is left. So if you see a very tall, red-headed man who looks like a man who cooks fish, that would be Tony. Isn't that incredible? I know. I'm dying for the outdoor expo now. It's going to be so tasty.
Right.
All right. You ready for a story of weird synchronicity? Keep
Yes.
eating. That's fine.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me more.
Well, for 3 years, Nico Bellamy has been secretly holding on to an engagement ring. It belonged to his girlfriend's late grandmother.
Nice.
Now, her side of the family just loves him, and so her mother came to him and says, I know you're going to propose. I wanted you to have this ring.
What ring?
The ring from her mother, her own mother.
Oh my gosh.
And so he goes, it might be a while. She goes, hold on to it. So he had it in a safe deposit box. I mean, this is how serious it was.
Look how cute they are.
Aren't they precious? And there's the ring.
Oh, it is.
So at one point, what had happened, though, he was ready to make his proposal. And
Yeah.
so he did the proper thing, went and asked her father permission,
Good
blah, blah,
boy.
blah. And he goes, yes.
Good man.
And then he said, okay, I'm going to go get the ring out of the safety deposit box. He put
Yes.
it in his backpack.
Yeah.
And he put his backpack
No,
down.
no, don't say it so.
Yeah, by the side of his car for 1 minute. And when he came back, someone
was
had
gone.
opened the backpack and stolen the ring.
Okay.
So he's ready to kill himself because it's like, this is the family heirloom that her family has trusted him with, that he's held on to for 3 years.
To make the joy and her eyes sparkle with joy.
And,
he
literally.
lost it.
And he's supposed to be driving to the airport to pick her up, to then propose to her. And so he's like ready. He's just like, I don't even know what to do. And so he's driving and he's about a block away and he's bawling because he's so frustrated. And he sees a sign that's been taped to the side of a meter that says, found engagement ring.
What?
Found engagement ring. So he lost it, and what happened is the people had found the ring box in a nearby alley, and they probably, what he thinks happened is that they opened it up, and because the ring was kind of tucked into a smaller
just chucked
portion,
it.
they thought, oh, it's empty, and they just chucked it. So
What a
that's
great idea, too, because not putting a picture up, you can say, describe it to me.
exactly.
And it was an heirloom, so you know it'd be probably a lot different than normal.
So the funny thing is, so he was able to keep with the whole program of how he intended it to, propose and all the things they wanted to do and all the engagements. And he said the only change we made is the couple that found the ring totally were guests of honor at the reception.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cute?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm going to take that story and enjoy it, and then I'm going to add on top of that story something about flying poop.
That's a great transition. It was
Go with
everything
it.
I hoped for.
Go with it. Go with it.
All right, hit me. Go on.
All right, here we go.
Good, I'm eating. Keep going.
It's about airplanes. Norway to Germany, the flight had been booked. It was flight DY1156 from Oslo to Munich. 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning. All the people got on the plane. Some were going to a business thing. Other people, family stuff. They're getting on it. It's great. And they're down the runway, and it takes off, and everybody's yelling in Osloian and Munich Canadian. Great cheers of joy. And they were going. And then suddenly the plane, it was a long flight, has to turn back. For some mysterious reason.
What happened with the engines?
The
What?
toilets. They had trouble with the toilets. So bad
right.
that they had to turn the plane around. Ironically, on the plane were 85 plumbers.
Oh, man, that's like a mark of shame, guys. Really? It
And
didn't
they-
occur to them
they
to
all
say, hey,
came-
guys.
They all came off going, listen. So you only can fix this from the outside of the plane, and no one felt like doing it there.
Yeah, I can see that
That's
point.
so funny. We have to go back because the toilets don't work, really.
That is hysterical.
And I didn't bring my plunger.
All right, I'm sorry, but yeah, if the toilet's not working, there's serious problems on a flight.
Oh, my
you know it and
gosh.
I know it. Okay, moving on.
All right.
James Dyson, tell his story. It's
This
amazing.
is kind of cool.
Now, you've
The
seen
man-
James Dyson. He's the one, the tall, thin, sort of, effete British man. He goes, I just think things should work properly. So
Right.
he made the
He's an
cyclonic
engineer.
vacuum that
Right.
cost $1 zillion, but we bought 3 of them because they're really good.
Well,
And now he's turning his attention to broader spectrums.
not all at once. We
No.
don't buy 'em. Aaron likes to throw things downstairs. Vacuum cleaners happens to be one of them.
Fall.
Oh, I know they fall. I didn't mean like you're throwing stuff around and I'm
They
afraid
fall
of you.
down the stairs. It's not like I intended it to.
So anyway, the point being, he also makes fans that cost $300, and then a hair dryer that cost
600.
$600.
Yeah.
So he's got the marketing down. Let's face it. Okay. So he's got that. His new thing is, though, that James Dyson is taking the basic design for his vacuum cleaner and he is mounting it on a raft. on a barge.
Okay, yeah.
And here's what it does. It's based on the same principle,
Oh, man.
and he's putting it into lakes and streams and canals and rivers and sucking the garbage out of them.
That is the coolest thing ever.
Is that the coolest thing ever?
I don't even know how to respond to the coolness of that.
He's already got it engineered. This is just, a simple drawing for it. But he uses the same technology it does as this vacuum. And you can put it strategically in a location, and it will do its job. And then you can see the truck, it offloads, and done.
The thing is, most people are going, oh, yeah, that's cute. I actually believe he could do that. I actually believe he would pull that one off.
There's a celebrity during the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. What celebrity was it? Because he had a thing that would clean the surface where the oil was.
And I think it was actually George Clooney, wasn't it?
Yes, it
Matt
was.
Damon.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it
they
was.
co-owned the company. It was out of New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, stars doing good things. There you go. Coming up next.
A Hollywood Connection. There's a whole bunch of retro shows, throwback shows that are coming back on.
I don't understand this. I really don't.
What?
Well, like Will and Grace, but we'll tell more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell more.
We'll do that
Coming up
next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink and McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. And they also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple of years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have 50% down or something, though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down, though, if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
All right, welcome back, Todd and Erin Morning Stream, GetPartDaily.com. All right, what do you got?
Okay, well, it's kind of cool. We were talking about some of the new films some of the old shows that are coming back, and you talked about Will and Grace.
Will and Grace is coming back.
And
it is back, by the way. And yeah, they still are funny. And the writers still are funny.
Oh, good. Oh, I thought you said art, and I'm like, how could you say that?
Oh, no, they're funny. They're just funny people.
And, of course, Murphy Brown's coming back with Candace Bergen, who I love.
This is the weird one.
I know, but I love her. I'm excited.
Because you remember all the characters, right?
This is brought to you by who?
Oh, sorry. It is
sorry.
brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. You can go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com to get more information about Connect Heating and Air. So sorry about that.
Thanks for the reminder.
But it's pretty cool. Roseanne's coming back.
This is the weird one.
Now, this is John Goodman. This is everyone. And I didn't think John Goodman would come back because he's been, fairly active in film and...
You know who came up with it? Excuse me.
Now...
The daughter.
Really? Which one?
That cool cough.
Okay. Go ahead, dear. The interesting thing about this, though, is that Todd, of course, you started in stand-up comedy and then went into radio, and from there on ended up with me. Actually started, and when he was doing stand-up comedy, he actually used to do it. He used to work alongside Roseanne. He even wrote some of her material. So you had a pretty good insight into it. Are you surprised she's coming back?
She looks wonderful.
She really does.
Doesn't she?
Well, she's been living in Hawaii. She should be very relaxed by now.
I don't know what she's been doing. I probably should look it up and see what she's done. Obviously, she has more money than she needs. And a nice handbag, by the way.
My understanding is she's basically just been living in Hawaii having a great time.
Well, it's working for her. Anyway, one of the daughters With the daughter, the old daughter, not the new daughter that they brought in.
Oh, the blonde one? Okay, yeah.
They should both have both daughters in the whole show.
That's not twisted at all.
And they just kind of give them a nod of understanding, and then just keep going with the show. Every single show should have both daughters, and just don't explain it. But so the curly one, the one who is like really like a teenager.
Oh no, Sarah Gilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's the younger one.
She has her own show.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And so she's the one who kind of started touching base with everyone and thought Goodman was never going to do it, ever. Because evidently, he and Roseanne.
I'm sure that's a shock to everyone.
Like that. So, isn't it weird, though, that you're putting old shows back together again? And I have a theory.
No, I think it's cool. So what's your theory?
My theory is that in this world of I need it now, I want it now, instant gratification, to sell someone on a brand new show, you have to sell them on where it's set.
That's a good point.
Sense of humor, the style of the sets, the content, the humor, the name it, the relationships, the all of that. You have to sell them that whole package. But if you bring them a product they already know, and then you could twist it, change it, modernize it.
Which is why we see so many remakes and so many
City
sequels.
Slickers.
Yeah.
Great example. City Slickers. They know what the concept is. They know the characters. They put them back together and they put them in a different place.
That's a really good point.
So I think it's just, and I can see it, but
it's an easy sell.
I think it's our fault. It's our fault for not being patient enough to, because Game of Thrones. How long did that take, I wonder?
To actually get the project up and on.
Get it going, and it's like everybody's like, wow, it's really big and crazy.
Everyone was on top of it the first minute.
Who's got the dragons?
No, everyone was on top the first minute it came out. But it also had a big book following, and that's another one of the things. If you can leapfrog off another platform, then you're doing better.
It's interesting, though.
All right, another one, Katherine Heigl. And I think I got this from Richard because he loves her. Katherine Heigl is joining Suits. Now, this is interesting. That's because Meghan Markle is leaving Suits, the USA show, because she has to, because she's getting married to Prince Harry.
So, dang.
So Katherine Heigl just got signed, so that's going to be pretty interesting. She does the funniest statements, though. She goes, joining Suits was the perfect organic way to not only collaborate with an executive producer I admire deeply, but also become part of a show and a cast that I'm an immense fan of.
Why did you read it that way?
Because anytime they start with organic, you're like, oh, you're going to be Groovy Hollywood. Don't do Groovy Hollywood. And then they do Groovy Hollywood.
You know I'm going to make you do now. You read it that way. I'm going to have you read it the bubbly way now. Because Erin has this talent, this skill of reading a text, good or bad. She just gets
all right, you're all with me. Whenever you hear a Hollywood person go, it's going to be organic.
I'm not saying that.
Are you telling me that you don't think they're groovy?
Do it like you're really excited, almost out of breath. Go.
Joining Suits was the perfect organic way to not only collaborate with an executive producer I totally love,
right?
But also become a part of a show and a cast that I'm an immense fan of.
I am. See?
No.
That's a positive thing.
No. I prefer mine.
I'm just thinking organic. About Merkel. I'm just still thinking
Meghan
about
Markle. And she's so adorable. I really like this.
Because you were saying, I can't be on the show because I gotta
getting married. I have to learn how to handle it if I get kidnapped as a royal. No, do you know they actually send them through royalty kidnapping boot camp? Tell me that's not a first introduction.
What?
No. Once he actually got engaged, they said, okay,
Survival
first thing
stuff?
we have to do is start training you.
Oh, okay.
Like, so, yeah, like if you get kidnapped, what happened, and all the different stuff you're supposed to do. And
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, MI6 is Secret Service there. MI7 is like our CIA. They're the ones that are...
MI8.5 is awesome.
All right, moving on.
No, wait. I'm not done yet. She could use that excuse for everything. I'm sorry, you're going to have to come pay your parking ticket. I can't.
I'm getting married to Prince Harry.
I'm marrying a prince this afternoon.
Sorry. And who's going to argue with her, right?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Sorry. That's
no, you're not. Kill him.
All right, let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink & McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com for more information. Also, the Vein Clinic. The Vein Clinic's having a great open house this upcoming Wednesday. Make sure you stop by. There's going to be all kinds of great prizes and treats like free Botox. And, of course, Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. They can set up, they can sell, they can rent, they can do it all for you. Just go to brioaudiovisual.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making national and world news headlines on Friday, February 2nd on Gephardt Daily. A Michigan police department that closed a case filed in 2004 against Larry Nassar said it will publicly apologize to a woman who said the ex-Michigan State and Team USA gymnastics doctor sexually assaulted her. Meridian Township released the case's redacted police report and held a news conference Thursday to answer questions and announce new initiatives on how it will handle criminal sexual conduct investigations in the future. Nassar, a former Team USA gymnastics doctor, has been accused of sexual abuse by more than 150 young women and girls. He was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison after he was convicted on 7 counts of criminal sexual conduct, a first-degree felony. Crude oil prices shot back towards the $70 mark early Thursday after reports of a drain in gasoline inventories as traders shrugged off big U.S. oil gains. Crude oil prices seeped into negative territory early Wednesday amid expectations of a build in U.S. crude oil inventories. Investors have been wary that a bullish tone to 2018 so far would bring shale oil drillers back into play, and the U.S. government has reported that total production bested Saudi Arabia already late last year. And chicken and donut restaurant Federal Donuts is the latest local eatery to pay homage to the Philadelphia Eagles ahead of the Super Bowl. The small Philadelphia-based chain unveiled a green donut sprinkled with Philadelphia grit and brotherly love on Twitter Wednesday. It's calling the creation the Eagle Donut, playing off the local slang pronunciation of the team's name. Federal Donuts will send proceeds from the donuts to the fund for the school district of Philadelphia. And now time for another look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's premier audiovisual specialists. Weather for Super Bowl Sunday is set to be a balmy 53 degrees in Salt Lake City. That's compared to 9 degrees in Minneapolis, where the Super Bowl is taking place, with a low of -1. For more news from around the nation and across the world, go to GephardtDaily.com. And for now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream at GephardtDaily.com. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. You know, I always love it when they talk to like flight attendants and pilots and they get the airline secrets, because every one of us is secretly craving
the
one thing that will tell you how to get upgraded to first class.
Airline secrets they don't want you to know about.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun.
But these are actually pretty cool. They,
right.
Number one, you were not the most important passenger on the plane.
Well, I already knew that.
That's humbling, and that's sad. But basically what they're talking about is there was the big controversy about the doctor that was dragged off the flight because there was a crew that wanted the seats.
Right.
They say, we don't care, we're still going to put them on. They say they are still more important than you are, which seems unfair, but there you go.
But I paid luggage fees.
How to speak the language. Deadhead, of course, once again, are free flight crews that are flying for free to get to somewhere else. Right. Also, ping pong, that's what they call beverage service, which is pretty funny. And they have crash pads, which is basically little apartments they all sleep in all around the country. And they all just kind of like share rent, and no one really has their own room. They just sort of crash there.
What?
Best and worst travelers by country. Hands down, the best are Scandinavians. They say they're wonderful, they're very pleasant the minute they get on board, they're very polite, they don't cause any trouble.
That is so nice.
They say the most unpleasant travelers, this is humbling, the UK and US.
Oh, those Brits.
They were always demanding more things, ringing the bell, causing a scene, and threatening to sue.
Is that the first thing out of our mouths, supposedly?
I guess. Easiest way to get arrested on a plane. Now, you might be thinking going crazy and pulling a knife.
Yeah.
No, it's attempting to open and drink your own liquor. It is a felony. It is a federal offense.
Wow.
To drink your own onboard liquor. Isn't that funny?
Wow.
How to win the most annoying passenger award. Now you're thinking, would it be like, obnoxious businessmen who are trying to hit you?
Shoes off.
Babies, blissed out yogis.
What?
Yogis, people who do yoga, the groovy spiritualists. Yeah. They say the yogi people are the most annoying people because they'll get out and they'll start doing like positions on the floor and doing their stretches and like balancing and doing chakras and stuff right in the middle of the plane, and they're like trying to get around them, like, dude.
Who does that?
Everyone agreed on that. They said stretches, push-ups. That's hysterical.
I stand up and go to the back of the plane, but that's just to get, the feeling back in my legs.
Dirty is part of the job. You have to clean the lavatories every 20 minutes, and yes, the flight attendants are the ones who have to do that. I always try to tidy up after people because I feel bad when there's the paper stuff thrown all over, and I feel guilty. So,
Last time we flew, though, the bathrooms are so small. It's like the Mile High Club's out of the question.
well, that's funny because that's the next one up. It actually does happen more frequently than you'd think.
That you'd have to be a yoga person because that's contortionist.
Well, here's the funny
stuff.
thing. Here's the funny thing. They say once a month someone will try it. Hands down, once a month someone tries it, but there's only about a 30% success rate. They've even seen total strangers meet on a flight and then take a run for the lavatory together. But they say there's only about a 30%. We usually get to them before
Probably Scandinavians, gymnasts.
the yogis who had been doing the stretches, so
That's
they
why
were
they're stretching.
all prepared.
That's ridiculous.
So there you go.
All right, coming up, there's you better hang on to your underwear. Ladies,
Worst excuse ever.
coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Welcome back, Todd and Erin here, and I'm going to take you to don't be judgmental on this one, okay? This guy named Ed. Ed's got a girl.
Guy named Ed's got a girl, okay.
Ed's sleeping.
Okay.
Girl comes home. At the foot of the bed, there's a pair of panties.
Are they hers?
No.
That's where the problem starts.
Ted is woken up at that point
Probably with a bat to the head.
in a aggressive manner. He says, "What's up?" And Ed goes, "What do you mean?" She goes, "What's up?" And he goes, "Whose are those?" And he says, I have no idea. That's the best he's got.
I've been sleeping. I have no idea how that underwear got. You know, that's not even one I would buy. Sorry.
The discussion ended because it was just like, well, obviously, right? 2 days later, she finds a bra at the base of his bed. Once again, he comes home. She's sitting there holding it. So is this supposed to go with the panties I got the other day?
Man, this is like inches away from murder. Keep going.
So he's like, what? I was working. I didn't.
If
next
Ed is
night,
innocent, I feel so sorry for him
the
right
next
now.
night. The next night. Not the next night, but the next night. Entire outfits were being now delivered to Ed's bedroom, to his bed. There's a neighborhood cat who has a thing about women's underwear.
I am a very bad kitty. Look at that face. Like, what? What did I do?
But I like lacy things.
This is literally a cat burglar.
Yeah.
Literally.
And they were kidding each other. Ed was going to
man.
go put a reward sign out and a found underwear. But
That never carries the way.
No.
That never works out the way you hope it would.
so they finally, the cat's been grabbing off clotheslines and stuff like that and going to other people's houses and finding it.
And then taking it to his bed, which would be like, hey, you're my master. Here's a treat.
Here's some panties.
Usually it's a dead mouse, but Ed got panties.
They're easier to catch than a mouse.
Apparently so.
Mice move a lot.
Alrighty.
This
Well,
is so sad. This can't be true.
Getting older costs you more to hook up.
What?
This is really sad. There's a subscription plan of the dating app Tinder Plus.
Wait. What? Is Tinder Plus mean Tinder older?
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. It costs quite a bit more to have a subscription to Tinder Plus than it does to the regular Tinder.
Why?
As a matter of
You
fact,
think they'd get a senior discount? I mean, you get to ride the bus cheaper. You should be able to go on Tinder, which should be called Ashes now.
anyone over 30, the subscription fee is $19.99 a month. Under 30 is $9.99. So they actually took him
Over 30?
They actually took Tinder to court and said, you guys, this is age discrimination that you're making us pay like double what they're paying. And this was their excuse. I love this. Tinder's defense attorney said, well, you know, the younger people have less money and we just wanted to help them because they're more budget challenged than you older folk.
And the older people are more desperate, so we can charge them anything we want. If you're 60 and older, it's $100 a week.
Superior Court Judge Brian Curry noted that the tender procedure concludes that the discriminatory pricing model, as alleged, violates the act to the extent that it's arbitrary, class-based, and it also is, so it generalizes about older people's incomes, and it also violates the
So
discrimination against age.
they don't get to do it.
No, they're supposed
And
to
which
just
is
charge $9.99.
really good news for all you 31. It's really good news. Probably can't hear me. 31-year-old elderly people. It's good for you. Eat your fiber. Take calcium.
I've been waiting all week to tell you this story. I have been waiting all freaking week.
Is this the one with the what?
I've been waiting all week. You may remember about a month ago, Todd told you a story about Farmington High School.
Farmington has.
Now, they're opening a brand new, beautiful school. I mean, it's exquisite. I've seen it, state of the art. It's amazing. And so they're getting everything set up. They're talking to all the students that will be incoming into the new school. And one of the first things they did was, we want to have a big poll. Tell us, you freshmen through seniors, what would you like the name of the mascot to be?
Right.
Well, the top 3 were selected of all the votes, which everyone apparently voted quite vigorously. And one was selected, and that was the Phoenixes. Unfortunately, they
Right.
found out when they were doing their first pep rallies
When they all cheered at once.
that the Phoenixes sounded like something else. And
Right.
parents were beginning to call the PTA going, perhaps it would be wise for us to switch to
Because
another mascot.
what you had is you had a full crowd at a football game all yelling at the same time, and it sounded like something completely different.
Unfortunately,
So when are they changing it?
the school board declined to change the mascot, and here's why. The second choice was the Farmington Fascists. Fascists came in at number 2, and the Farmington Farts came in at number 3. Now, I myself feel that perhaps the best option here would be to blend the first and the second, and so I actually kind of moved together in like a little logo last night that I thought would really fit for this.
You did?
Yeah. Can you show that, guys? Because I worked super hard on that.
Did you?
The Farmington Fascist Phoenixes.
Oh,
See, I think it's
oh
got
yeah, that's not going to ruffle any feathers.
It's got a,
Yeah.
because it's a phoenix.
Right?
It's got feathers.
Ah, it's on fire.
No, I just thought it had a certain,
Stop.
je ne sais quoi.
No, you're not going to the prom.
The Farmington Phoenix Fascists. It's a longer cheer, but
Yeah, and it
fits
still
everything
sounds
in.
dirty. All right, so anyway, you found this video.
Oh man, I love this. Do you have the story there?
I don't. Do you?
It was really wonderful. It's a lady in Idaho, and her husband was just signing off as a police officer. This was after his last shift, and it's always traditionally the same thing. And then you sign off, the dispatch
And then
knows you're off.
they take you off duty.
Now, and this man has been serving his community
Or he
for
says it, I think, in the video.
decades. And in any case, I talked to her yesterday, and she's
Oh, what? Did you really?
She's just a doll baby,
she
and
a little-
she was just talking about, I'm worried about how he's going to keep active now that he's a
Oh,
donor.
right.
But she wanted to film it and kind of make a special moment. And when she put it up, it went viral.
Right.
So have a look.
So let's say goodbye first. Todd and Erin, Morning Stream, GetBartDaily.com.
See you Monday.
See you Monday.
Dispatch, local units, city and county. AP 81 1042. Thank you for the years.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck, luck from 3-0. Thanks. 1-7. Thank you from 3-2. AP 3-5, I'm going to miss. AP 8-1, 1041. Good luck, 4-0.
Have fun from dispatch.
Thanks, dispatch.
Take care of yourself from 3-7. 7-9 will miss you, man.
Thank you.